The US planned land strikes against so-called designated narco-terrorists, or as the rest of the world put differently, strikes on Venezuela. How do you read this provocation, Abby, by the US empire meddling in other nations under certain pretexts?
It's just another horrifying overstep. Imperial crimes being broadcast daily. I mean, these are snuff films of Pete Hegseth bragging, who's now the secretary of, the leader of the Department of War. And I'm happy that they are now lifting the pretense and showing the world exactly who we are, which is an imperial chauvinist empire, a military empire that will kill anyone who gets in its way, and will send a very clear message to the world that we can extrajudicially slaughter anyone at any time, put it on camera, and broadcast it for the world. Because we, in terms of the United States government, operate extra legally and extrajudicially. These, a dozen or so airstrikes on these fishermen boats. Again, 37 people have died in these airstrikes off the coast of Venezuela in a clear provocation of war, clearly trying to invoke some sort of hostile aggression so we can justify regime change, which the United States has been trying to do ever since Hugo Chavez won the election in 2002. There has been coup after coup attempt, seizure after seizure attempt to try to rob Venezuela blind of its oil, including the installation of a fake puppet, Juan Guaido, over the authority of Maduro, who is a legitimate democratically elected president that happens to oversee the largest oil reserves in the world. So when we're looking at a military empire that survives on fossil fuel, it's very clear that the intention of getting Venezuela's oil is the goal here. But these provocations and these bombings of these boats where they're killing dozens of fishermen with no trial or due process is just a horrifying example of the lengths that the US empire will go to further its goals.